Hey guys, what's going on? TheRiaya here with a Skyrim video. Now, you've probably noticed that I haven't been doing any live streaming of Skyrim as of late, but it appears to be that my Ryzen 1700X is having issues with the ENB in the game. Now, I've been trying to use like Real Vision or something to try to stabilize frame rates so that they're a bit better, but there's still some issues to contend with right now, and that leads me to what I'm going to be doing in this video. Now, I'm going to be comparing my 3770K versus my Ryzen 1700X with this. Now, I'm going to be using two different graphics cards. That is going to be my AMD R9 390 from Power Color, overclocked to 1070 and plus 400 on the memory. And the other graphics card is going to be an EVGA 980 for the Win Edition. This is just to show the different frame rates that I'd possibly be getting between two different cards, so you get to see. Now, remind you, of course, obviously I'm not doing this to test how the graphics card performs with the system itself. It's actually specifically for checking out between on the processor end, because ENB was designed, of course, around NVIDIA graphics cards, but it possibly, I don't know if this is true, so correct me if I'm wrong, has optimizations built in for, say, Intel or whatnot, and not, of course, on the new AMD Ryzen platform. So I'm guessing that could be causing issues. Now, I haven't run these results yet. I don't know how it's going to come out, so I'll play, through the games and show you what the frame rates actually looks like while I'm running around through several different areas that generally cause frame rate dips, and we'll see how it all comes out. Alright, before we get this fully started, I'm going to go over the hardware first, and we are going to start off on the Intel side with my 3770K running at 4.4 GHz with 16 GB of Patriot Extreme DDR3 RAM running at 2133 MHz overclock. The motherboard is an Asus P8Z77-VLK, and the solid-state drive being used in this is a 128GB Intel 540 series. The other computer, of course, is my Ryzen 1700X, which is running at 3.8 GHz with 32GB of G-Skill RAM, also running at 2133 MHz. And the motherboard is an Asus Prime X370-Pro. The solid-state drive being used in this is a SanDisk 480GB. The software being used in this, the Skyrim preferences, all the mods, everything is exactly the same. All the thing we're doing is comparing how it actually runs compared to on both systems from the processor side, not looking at the graphics card specifically. That's why I swapped the graphics cards also, to show you that it's not an AMD graphics card or an NVIDIA graphics card causing the issue. It is an overall round system issue that is happening, at least on my system. So without further ado, here you go. Let's get this started, and you get to see the results, and I'll discuss some more after it. Alright, as you can see, I decided to do this a little differently. I had a save already right here on the rocks by the Skyforge in Whiterun, where I knew it would just dip down really badly, so I figured I might as well just do it here, because there's no point or need to run around to several different areas where you could just see it right here, and especially when I have the CP up on the task manager and Afterburner, of course, showing the graphics card. As you can see on the Ryzen system, the 1700X, for some reason my system resources aren't really being utilized very well.
Now, it might be because, you know, Ryzen's new technology, Skyrim was never obviously optimized for it whatsoever, so that would be seen as a possible issue. I mean, I haven't seen this in other games, so I can't really say why it is doing this. I mean, I have DirectX 9 reshaded games and things, and they don't have a single issue. But for some reason, Skyrim does. As you can tell with the i7-3770K between the two graphics cards, it's obviously being utilized properly. Not a single issue. The graphics card isn't dipping down like for some odd reason the CPU is being bottlenecked. But as you can see, looking at the CPU on Task Manager, it's not being bottlenecked either. So that is just really odd. I'm doubting there will be ever a fix for this. So that is unfortunate. Overall, with gaming on my Ryzen system, I've been very pleased with it and haven't had a single issue. But obviously my modded Skyrim has a massive issue, and there's nothing really that I can think of that can be done about it. Are you actually gaming on Skyrim on Ryzen? Let's say you're playing the original game modded up. Let me know, because if you're not having an issue, then maybe it's just my system. But if it is, then I'd really want to know what is going on. So if you have a computer system that you're playing your modded Skyrim on now, and you're ever just for some odd reason thinking maybe I should swap to Ryzen, well, as of right now, from what I can see from it, definitely don't. Stick with your Intel system. There's no reason to swap over, especially if you're just using it for gaming or anything else. The reason I get swapped to Ryzen is due to, you know, other things that I need it for as well. So this really sucks. I'm going to start up Skyrim again on my 3770K with the EVGA 980 graphics card. I'll be working on that starting next week. It's my wife's computer now since the whole switcheroo went around and things were upgraded. So, it is what it is. I can't just do it on my one system. The solid state drive on my wife's computer now is just completely taken up by Skyrim and its mods. So that's just the way it is. I'll probably be playing Luxora here, as you see. I'll have to mess with Cyanide around a little bit before I go back to her. I would have to say that this concludes the video, so like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, leave a comment below if you have any questions, suggestions, or if you think this video is awesome or if it sucked. And if you like the channel and you aren't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And as always, for those who are coming back, thank you for supporting my channel.